Today, I want you to consider the possibility that you are one of the 9 out of 10 people listening to this talk right now who have codependent thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. Does that make you a little uncomfortable? Okay, good. Are you the one shaking their head saying, not me, I'm so independent? Okay. Most people don't realize what codependency is. They just know they don't want to be it or have it. Most people think it's about an unhealthy attachment to another person, which is part of it, but not all of it. It can show up in ways that are much less obvious. What it is a disconnection from yourself that keeps you looking outside yourself for love, validation, and a sense of self-worth. It keeps you so focused on other people's problems that you lose track of what you really need and want, and the healthy boundaries and respect you deserve. That disconnection prevents us from truly loving ourselves and from feeling good enough without constantly having to prove ourselves by helping or fixing other people. I hide the word codependency in my work because as soon as I say it, people shut down. But if I say, are you guys ready to get your self-care shit together? Everyone gets excited because everyone knows they need it. And that's when the real transformation begins, because it's not about the labels. It's about the awareness. It's about noticing those little things that happen every day that add up to take a toll on us. And once we begin to notice, we can begin to change. Have you ever noticed any of these things in yourself or someone you know? You text someone, and when they don't text you back, you go about your day knowing that they'll get back to you as soon as they can. Or do you immediately start to wonder what you did wrong, said wrong, or if you've ruined your friendship altogether? You go to a party, and you're comfortable and happy talking to and meeting new people because you know that you have something to offer to the conversation? Or do you spend the night focused on everyone else and know who's hungry, who's thirsty, and who's ready to leave? Do you find yourself attracted to friends, partners, or jobs where there's a lot of chaos and crisis? Do you offer them solutions? Or do you make it your job to fix them and then lose sleep over it? Sorry for this one, but are you the apologizer? Are you the one who apologizes when you make a mistake? Or do you apologize before asking for something that you need, or speaking up, or for things that are completely out of your control? Once, a 12-year-old girl said to me, you know that part in your book where you say you'd rather be in a toxic relationship than no relationship at all? I can really relate to that. Her friends were so mean to her, but the idea of having no friends at all was even worse. If you did notice any of these things, it's okay. You're clearly not alone. It's not too late, and the solutions may be much more simple. Here are some other ways it may show up for you. Nurses tell me all the time, I go to work and take care of everyone there. I come home and take care of everybody at home. I don't know how to take care of myself. No wonder 2/3 of nurses experience burnout in their careers. People tolerate terrible behavior from their partners, making excuses for their bad behavior, saying they're tired or stressed or they had a tough childhood, completely forgetting about the emotional safety that they need. I get it. Codependency looks good. We're good people doing good things, and there's nothing wrong with helping or being generous. And it feels good too, until there's nothing left for us. There's no one out there who complains about the person who's always there to help, who never asks for anything in return. But when we give and give until there's nothing left for us, it causes burnout, resentment, and stress. And that stress is killing us, literally. Stress-related illness is one of the leading causes of disease. Here's the paradox in codependency. People who are struggling look like the strong one on the outside, the one that everybody goes to for help, the one that everybody depends on and never wants to be a burden. But inside, they're struggling. I know this because I've been there. 11 years ago, I gave my first TEDx, The Choices We Make, and after, everyone came up to me and said how strong they thought I was. I was. I had to be. With 3 kids depending on me, no job and no money, I had no choice but to survive. But let me tell you, surviving is not the same as thriving. So one night, I'm scrolling on my phone and I see a post about codependency and it hit me like a ton of bricks. That was me. So I started to read everything I could find, including Codependency for Dummies, which is true. But by chapter 4, they all said the same thing. Start practicing self-care. The problem was, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know how to do that. So, of course, I Googled it. How do you self-care? And it said, just do more of the things that you like to do. Well, I knew what everyone around me liked to do, but not me. It said, if you're not sure, spend more time alone. That was the last thing I wanted to do, was be alone with my thoughts. Massages and manicures cost money and time I didn't have. What I needed was easy, free, accessible self-care practices. And that's when I realized self-care is in the air we breathe. It's a simple, deep breath that takes us back to the present moment without fear of the future or regrets from the past. It's simple, but not always easy. It's not easy, but it's essential. Just like air is essential for living, self-care is essential for well-being. Without it, we suffocate under the weight of everyone else's needs. But when we let self-care flow freely, everything changes. When we take our time and attention off of everyone else and give it back to ourselves, everything changes. When we begin to use our breath, we begin to heal. So here's how I use my breath now in my day-to-day self-care practices. I take a deep breath before I worry about things. We tend to live out the worst case scenarios over and over again in our minds before they even happen. It's no wonder we're so exhausted. I take a deep breath before responding, before I RSVP to an event I really don't want to go to, take on another project I really don't have time for, or make a promise I really don't want to keep. I take a deep breath before having a difficult conversation with someone so that I can stay present and clear and not worry about ruining that relationship. I take a deep breath before I distract myself. I check in with myself to see what I really need or want in that moment. Sometimes it's just a quick walk outside. Sometimes it's listening to music. Sometimes it's a creative activity I was told a long time ago wasn't practical anymore. I am taking some deep breaths right now to stay present and not worry about whether I'm good enough or if I deserve to be here. I'm actually worrying a little bit, but I'm still doing it. I'm standing here as an example of healing from codependency. I'm not done. There really is no end, but I'm so much healthier than I used to be. Because now I know it's not selfish. Self-care allows me to be the healthiest version of myself so that I can take care of everyone else. And when we begin to change ourselves, everything in our world changes, and the world around us changes too. Imagine a world where we all felt connected to ourselves and truly loved ourselves, where children grew up knowing that they were enough without having to prove it, where we could talk about it without worrying about what other people would think, where we went to work energized because we love what we do and who we do it with, where we learned the impact of one deep breath. The good news is healing from codependency can be learned. The best news is we only need to learn one new thing, and that is self-care. So today, I invite you to take one small step towards self-care with me. One deep breath. No, actually, we're going to take one deep breath together. So everybody, inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. That feeling is always right there for you. Self-care is always right there in the air we breathe. Thank you.